The smells of delicious soul are floating through the kitchen. I'm joined once again by Kevin McCarthy from Sobeys. He is a chef, and we also have Al Foguet, who's a franchisee in both Orleans and Canada. It's been a delicious morning with you two.
A little bit of fun, eh?
Yeah, homemade waffles, which I had never made from scratch. Isn't that? I shouldn't admit that, should
we did the Easter wonton hunt. Just, you know, looking for those hidden wonton shells.
Easter wonton hunt, exactly. Yes, because it's very easy to make egg rolls.
Yes.
And then now you're about to show us a third recipe that, when you look at the finished product, looks like it might be intricate, but in fact, when you were going through our different stages, it's very quick.
This is the fastest, easiest meal, and it's healthy, a good healthy alternative, and it's in the inspired by the Inspirations magazine. So there's two elements to each. Basically, it's lime and thyme for the fish, a little salt and pepper, and then fresh pineapple with mint.
Perfect.
So Kevin, why don't you show us how you, so what would I do to the fish first? So first I got to make the fish, right?
Yes, good.
So what do I do with that?
So a little salt and pepper.
All right.
And there we go. Fresh ground, fresh thyme. You don't need too much.
Because thyme's fairly strong, eh?
Yeah, and it's fresh herb there too. So
what are you doing there now? Why did you
just poking the lime just so I can get the juices out a little easier. And then just fresh lime. This is not something you want to do in advance because then you'll have ceviche. The acid will cook the fish, right? So you don't want that. You just want to be able to put enough for flavor, and that's the seasoning there: salt, pepper, lime, and thyme.
That's it.
So I put that in the oven at what temperature?
350 for about 10 minutes, and it was ready to go.
Okay,
and then that turns into that.
And then here's the finished product here.
All right, so now what's the little garnish on the side here?
Now that's the pineapple salsa.
Okay.
And I'll do that right now. I was getting ahead of myself there.
So what are we
So we have fresh mint here.
Yeah, you can smell it.
And we actually sell mint plants, is my understanding.
We do.
We have fresh mint plants, so not only can you buy fresh herbs, you can actually buy the plant.
Okay, great.
So there is an option.
A nice option for the kitchen window.
Exactly.
And I mean, all of these products you can find at Sobeys, so it's really your one-stop shop.
So that's the beauty. You can buy the pineapple, good to go. It's cored, all ready to go. Of course, you can core your own, but there you go. Comme ça. Beautiful, juicy. And
Does that ever look good?
So it's that easy.
You dice it up and it's pretty near ready to go, eh?
And then a nice little toss. This is actually, if you do this the day before, you get permeates the mint permeates the pineapple, which is quite nice.
Okay.
And there we go.
So now,
easy peasy. That's a 3-minute dinner.
Really?
By the time you make the salsa, the fish is ready.
and how long did you cook the fish in the oven for?
Maybe 10 minutes, depending on your oven.
Because they're such thin fillets, I imagine.
Yeah, you can do so. If it was haddock or something, you can go a little thicker. You know.
Okay.
So that's really it. I mean, that's the beauty of it, and that's a nice light summer meal. You know, and even chilled, it's nice.
And now, if I wanted to copy this recipe, where would I find it?
In the Inspired magazine, there's a copy on page 14. You can even have cod with pineapple mint salsa and couscous if you want to have some carbs in your diet. We chose the non-carb option there, and
okay, you saying something? You're keeping the carbs away from me, eh?
I don't need carbs.
It's because we filled up with these Mario's pasta
That's it.
earlier.
Well, it's a little, you know, the time restraints, you know. After you've had all those egg rolls and waffles.
Okay, so now Al, being a franchisee, why is it important to you, to not only supply good food, but also help people to know how to cook with it?
Well, we're just trying to make their shopping experience and their cooking experience a little easier.
Yeah.
And it's good with the magazine. It's called Inspired. Like I said, it comes out 5 or 6 times a year. And it's just to give them a little bit of inspiration because most dishes are not that hard to make. Right. And this is a prime example. I never would have guessed it was that easy to make this until I had the run through with Kevin, you know, quick, what are we going to do when we go to CTV Morning Live? Yeah. And he showed me, and I couldn't believe it was that easy. I could make this.
You know? What are you saying? Are you not a whiz in the kitchen?
I sell groceries. I don't cook a lot of food.
Okay. Okay. And the different Sobeys locations, where can we find them?
There's 5 of them in Ottawa. One in Orleans, Barrhaven, Canada, a new one in Stittsville, and we just opened another one on March Road in Canada about 10 months ago. So.
And is the one in Canada open 24 hours?
The Canada location and Barrhaven are both open, and Orleans are all 3 of them are open 24 hours.
How handy is that?
It's a treat.
I mean, you never know.
Steak and lobster at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Exactly, and you've got the live lobsters there, right?
We sure do.
In the tank.
Yeah.
I think that's quite exceptional that you can go and get such fresh products.
Being an East Coast company, it'd be pretty bad if we didn't have live lobsters.
Right,
So
right. And you can find all of the locations at the Sobeys website,
You
right?
sure can.
Perfect. Okay, so the Inspired magazine, definitely a good option if you're one of those people that arrives at the grocery store and either picks out the ingredients for your 3 go-to meals or is just completely overwhelmed and heads to the frozen food section, much like I do often. So that's really great that you're trying to offer people healthy alternatives.
Glad to help.
It was a pleasure to meet you both. Thanks so much for coming
Thank
on
you
the show
very much.
today.